Hey guys, Patrick here in beautiful Florida. I know several of you have been asking for an update about what's going on, so let me just give you a quick update. I am now in Florida. My house is still for sale in Texas. I am working at the fish tank over in Daytona Beach, so I get to play with fish all day. So still looking for a dev job and setting up tanks. So let me give you an overview and then I'll kind of tell you plans and what's happening. Great part about Florida is I can keep these fish outside, like in a carport area. So you might be wondering what's up with the covers. It's still getting kind of cold at nights, and so this helps us so the heaters don't have to work as hard, but soon I won't have to worry about that because we will be done with the cold. So I've got an air pump and it's running PVC all through air for all my stuff, and then all of these are plumbed together, so we go from here to here to here to here to there and then down below, and then the dogs drink out of that water and I do water changes on it. Some of the stuff I have going on in these tanks, and I am breeding. Let's kind of go through. So I've got some Ameca splendens in here. They're breeding well. I've got some of my Odessa-barbs in here, and then I've got this tank behind me, which is a 75-gallon, and this tank was somebody, a woman just wanted to get rid of it. So I just went and grabbed it with the stand. This was right at the beginning of winter. So I didn't do anything with this. I just put it on here and put some filters on it and let it go. And she had a bunch of driftwood with Java fern, Java moss. And it's just been out here all winter. There's been no heat or anything, and just a filter. I just got this light yesterday and I just put that on it, just throw it on. But really there's been no light except for what's happening in the carport. But you know, everything is growing and green and quite nice, and so I'll set this up nicer. It's got some other Odessa-barbs in it that have been out here all winter. So there was one down there. So I'll be doing a more concerted effort to breed a bunch of them out. I just want to see, because I bred several of them, I want to see how they do in the winter, and they've lasted all winter out here. Moving on, I've got these beautiful red platies. And this is also my red Neocaridina tank, and so I have my red platies and red shrimp, and then I had a big mama platy to all those ones was in here, and you'll see some of I've got some of these swordtails that they got from Goliad Farms, and then I'm going to be. This is a breeding trap right here, so I'm waiting to get some eggs in this breeding trap. And then, of course, I've always got the pothos growing out like crazy. And so here's the pothos roots are just going crazy in here. But I'm gonna move on to here, because this is where I've got some of these Goliad Farm swordtails, and their fry sometimes go in the overflow and then they go in there and wind up in this tank, and then I net them out and put them back in, and somehow I get some of the platies and some here and the Ameca splendens. Like I swore I moved all the major ones out, but since the Ameca splendens tank drains into here, they wind up in here somehow, and then I gotta pull them out. So but I guess I'll just go up here. I've got some Bozemanii, and there is a rainbow fry up there. So Bozemanii in here. I've got some Labradomus chromis, some labs I pulled. I've got them in there, some of my cloud minnows I'm going to breed. And I think I got to get more of this stock. I bought 3 of the neon rainbows, but I think there's only 1 left. I need to get 2 more. And then I can colony breed those guys. later. Over here I've got some fish, besides some more of the red platies, but there's a bunch of peacock gudgeons in here. And I've got like a random zebra danio. I got a guy that was tearing down his tanks, and so he gave me a bunch of his stuff. Like there's a Galaxy Rasbora, or the Celestial Pearl Danio. There's two names for that. So I use Celestial Pearl Danio. Got some Bumblebee Goby over here. There's a Neon Tetra in here somewhere. I got some random corridors in here. And some plants that I'm growing in that. I've got some Mirandas down here. This is the pump. And this is the return. And then I've got some of the Matin filter from Swiss Tropicals that I put in there. I've got an angelfish that's kind of healing up here. An eye infection in here. And again, it's got a bunch of the... there's green water in here because I've been feeding green water in here because I had some fry in here. And then you've got the roots for the pothos ivy. And over here I've got another breeding trap, and I've got longfin cherry barbs in here. And I want to get some fry out of. Somehow I got shrimp and scuds popping up in there. So, and then over here I've got this rimless with just a bunch of gambusia and native fish I've collected. So that's this. I will be setting up this rack, like right up top here. I've got this tank I just got yesterday. It's like a frag tank. I'll be setting it up. I'm going to get this area cleaned up and get tanks over there. I got some different plastics, so I'm going to kind of make a greenhouse out of this so that I don't have to worry about the cold. I've been just harvesting green water right here. This is a tank I set up, and then I tore the filter down and just let it go. And there's Vallisneria americana I've actually gathered up and put it in there along with some other plants. And they're just growing. There's no filter or anything. But it's just, they're growing. Yeah, the water's kind of green, but I haven't filtered it or done anything. Once it warms up, I'll do something with this. Here's the big 125. Yeah, you can see my reflection there, but that's the big 125. Several Anubias in here. So he's actually paired up with her already. So I'm going to set up a tank and move them. And speaking of paired up angels, I've got this tank in my sunroom I set up yesterday. And I've got this proven golden pair. They've laid for me once. In fact, they laid at the store, so I bought them. And a guy I know was getting rid of this, so I got this and just set it up yesterday for them to have a place. I've got some IBC totes I'm growing some different plants out of in the back, but I pulled some of the guppy grass. It's kind of not as green, but it'll green up in the warmer water. I mean, I had the Amazon sword out there, so its leaves are all trash, but it'll come back. And I moved some of the Vallisneria, the dwarf sage, and the Nacaris. So that's what I got going on. I got big plans on how I'm going to be using rainwater for water changes and plumbing all this stuff together. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Good stuff coming.